Okay, so welcome everyone to our Lemurian Sisterhood of the Rose gathering. I am so excited to be sitting here with you today. Our hearts are such medicine for me. Your heart is such medicine for me because to be in this world, as you know, with all of our sensitivity and all of our unique essence and frequency, to be able to be with like-hearted sisters and brothers and androgyni, however you consider yourself, and like to actually be understood and not just understood, but we actually like activate each other and amplify and take these codes even further, to be in a space where people are resonating and understand, yes, like Lemuria, the dolphins, the whales, the rose sisters, the blue rose, like that is such medicine for me, especially as I travel so much. For those of you who are new to me, I've been traveling for over 2.5 years now, just constantly. And, you don't always find like those community spots if you're just in places for a month or two or even three. So it's like so nice to just be able to drop in, especially here, as I'm on French Polynesia, which are really sacred Lemurian islands, just to be able to feel our frequencies together and amplify them. So I just want to first say thank you so much for being here. I'm going to share a little bit about what we're going to be doing today. So just in a moment here, we're going to be opening this space. Today is the feast day of Mary Magdalene. So we're going to be, invoking Mary Magdalene, as well as invoking our Lemurian guides and the Lemurian light beings that we're going to be working with today. So we're going to be opening this space. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about what has come through since I've journeyed, first to New Zealand and then to the east coast of Australia, which is also actually very Lemurian, and now coming to this massive Lemurian portal, French Polynesia. Most people think of Hawaii as sort of the central Lemurian portal, but for anybody who's been to French Polynesia and connects to Lemuria, I think you would be like, yes, this is for sure like just as potent of a portal. Pam says, hello from Singapore. Hello. So I'm going to be sharing just a lot of the downloads that have been coming through lately. And we're going to be we're going to have a focus on the divine union codes that the Sisterhood of the Rose carries, but from the lensing of the oceanic divine masculine, the water divine masculine, and the oceanic divine feminine, the water divine feminine. And after that, after I share some of these downloads, we're going to be going into an activation, a meditation, a healing. We'll see what comes through. Yeah, Pam says Bali is Lemurian too. Yeah, definitely. Love it. So many Lemurian portals. Isabella says, ooh, wonderful. So let's open some space. Yay. So if you just want to close your eyes, or you can lie down, whatever you want to do right now to just start to center yourself, and just taking a couple deep breaths and allowing yourself to just drop in to your body in this moment, and whatever else that you're coming from right now or that you're going into later. I just want you to feel your energy bravely enter into your heart. And I say bravely because to be able to enter into the heart space and surrender into trust, trusting that right here, right now, the heart has got us, is a really brave thing. And this is at the core of the Sisterhood of the Rose lineage and the Lemurian Sisterhood of the Rose lineage, is that bravery to embody the heart light no matter what is happening in the world. It's a really courageous moment that we are invited to come into every day as often as we can. So as we breathe into our hearts, I connect with all of your higher selves now. So everyone who's listening, whether this is on recording or you're here with us live, I call forth your higher self, your I am presence, to begin to weave our energies together in a good way, in coherence, so that our shared codes and essence can amplify for the liberation of all beings, for the benefit of all beings. And I dedicate this ceremony today, all the energy that we raise, all the energy that moves through us. I dedicate this to the activation of the crystalline Lemurian grids of Gaia and the crystalline rose grids of Gaia. So I intend that as we share this energy and more is built and more energy exchanges between our hearts, live or on replay, that this energy serves to activate and update the Lemurian and the crystalline rose grids and song lines and ley lines of Gaia, strengthening these songs of light, of our purity, of our Lemurian essence. As we connect also with the dolphins and the whales through these grids now, feeling that the dolphins and the whales are here with us in this gathering today, holding space in their oceanic temples and amplifying these crystalline grids that we are connecting with, updating them, filling them out, activating them. And if you don't know what grids are, if you're new to this language or this idea, just imagine like a sacred geometry spanning the planet, or even like light language codes, going in and out of the planet. And the Aboriginal Australians, call these, if I understand their terminology correctly, song lines. And we ground into, with our hearts and our roots and our beings, we ground into these crystalline grids. And this helps us to really set the frequency of what we're doing on this planet, what energy we are embodying and holding space for. And the more that we connect into them, the more we strengthen them. And the resonance of that crystalline, Lemurian, rose purity amplifies, it becomes stronger. And this is what we want. We want this energy to come alive. So now we invoke Mary Magdalene. Beloved Mary Magdalene, we invoke your presence now. And we invoke all of the sisters, brothers, androgyni of the rose around this planet today, and even off planet, who are connecting into the rose lineage. All of the gatherings today, just feel your heart connecting, and our circle now connecting with all of the rose gatherings today. All of the people just in meditation by themselves, or lighting a candle quietly in the corner of their own home for Mary Magdalene. All of the energies in devotion of those who remember. And just taking a breath here and feeling how big our community is, feeling how big our rose lineage is, and all of the awakened souls. And we bless you, and we bless your gatherings, and we bless your meditations. And we are in this one frequency together, July 22nd. So thank you, Mary Magdalene, for overlighting this gathering. And we call forth now, Mary Magdalene, you to co-create with these Lemurian light beings that I call forth. And Mary Magdalene is also just sharing with me that she is behind every one of us, behind our hearts, and she's going to be sending us love and energy in the back of our hearts today. And she also comes with, she knows what each and every single one of us needs today. So she also comes with a unique group. Like, she comes with other light beings, but actually that configuration of light beings is a little bit different for all of us. So we're working with Mary Magdalene, but we're also receiving, this unique configuration of what she's also bringing through. So in the east now, I call upon the Lemurian goddess of fire, welcoming in the Lemurian goddess of fire. In the south, I call upon the Lemurian goddess of earth, welcoming in the Lemurian goddess of earth. And if these, directions and elements are a little bit different to the lineages that you work with, just allow in your heart what makes sense, as we call the Lemurian goddess of earth in the south fourth. In the west, calling upon the beautiful Lemurian goddess of water. And I ask the Lemurian goddess of water to begin to activate the waters of our bodies now, all listening live or on replay. And please activate the waters of our planet with these beautiful Lemurian codes, the waterways. And in the north, I call upon the Lemurian goddess of air, feeling the winds of Lemuria come through this gathering and touch all of our hearts, all of our cells, all of our strands of DNA, activating our crystalline Lemurian DNA. And call forth the Lemurian star mothers now. The Lemurian star mothers are the divine feminine star beings that seeded the starseed genetics of Lemuria, and calling forth similarly the Pleiadian star mothers to join us today. Thank you so much. And I call forth Archangel Michael and the angels of Lemuria, the Lemurian High Council of Light. I call forth the elven ones, the elven elders of light, to be here with us now. I call forth the Sophia dragons and the Sophia dragon tribe to be here with us now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And finally, calling forth the consciousness of Gaia herself. Actually, there's a little bit more. I call for the Venusian High Council, the priestesses of Venus, of the highest light. And I call forth the Syrian councils of light and the Syrian masters of light, including the white lion beings, to join us here now. So thank you to these beings of light, as well as our higher selves, for gathering in Mother, Father, God's name, whether you call that, Sophia, Goddess, God, Universe, Love, Source, Prime Creator. We gather in your name to serve the liberation of all beings and to serve our soul's awakening as we share in this amplified resonance of co-creation, allowing the amplification of the new Lemurian codes to come through. So thank you for co-creating this sacred space with us, creating a container of light around each and every single one of us and within our hearts, live or on replay. And thank you, Mary Magdalene, again, for overlighting this gathering. So when you're ready, just take a deep breath, feel that resonance that we've set, and you can open your eyes back to this space. And maybe even just feeling, a rose in your heart, grounded into the Lemurian crystalline grids, just bringing that awareness through. So, beautiful ones, let's get into a little bit of a discussion around what's been coming through for me lately, because I think that it's going to be really powerful for you too. And the only way I know how to share this is through story. It's the only way I know how to start. So it's been about a week and a half. Actually, it's been 2 weeks. It's been, just less than 2 weeks since I've been in French Polynesia. And this island of Moorea that I am on right now has been calling me for at least, 12 years since I first read about this heart-shaped island in the South Pacific. It just activated something within me. And this island is really a feminine, portal vortex of Lemuria. And if you know Matthias de Stefano, who has a show on Gaia and who channels, who really just remembers his past lives and channels the Akashic records, he speaks about French Polynesia, where I'm broadcasting this from today, as the very center point of the Pacific Ocean, whereas Hawaii, Easter Islands, and New Zealand make this triangle, and French Polynesia is right in the center. So it's really this like epicenter of Lemurian energy. So I've been so excited to come here. I'm going to be swimming with the humpback whales in August here. And so I was so excited, right? And my first day here was actually quite challenging for me because, I got here and the guy who the Airbnb kind of like owner picked me up. No, he didn't pick me up. That was a taxi. He brought me just to the grocery store when I got here. And he was explaining that, the most beautiful beach that I saw on the way in, the most beautiful turquoise water and white sand, it's a public beach, and it's only one of 3 public beaches left on the island because all of the land has been bought and privatized and is only available for the tourists paying high dollar prices, can access these beaches. So there's only 3 beaches left on the island that are public. And the most beautiful one, well, that's, to be, the most beautiful one is in the eye of the beholder, but the most turquoise one just was recently sold for $36 million. And the French Polynesian government changed the laws, and it used to be protected, and they changed the laws so that bungalows could be built over it and it could be sold. And I got really upset about this. I got really upset about, the Polynesians losing access to their sacred places and the privatization. And then in the morning, I woke up to construction noise. This new project, literally the first day that I got here, started. And it was really bad the first day. It really hasn't been that bad since then at all. But the first day they were jackhammering, and I didn't really know like that would only be one day and like what it was. So I woke up to like jackhammering, and I was like, and then I like went to the other beach, and there was like cars everywhere because they built cars around, the beaches because it's the lowest place. I was like, what is happening? I was like so full of life from Morea because she's the literal most beautiful goddess ever of highest consciousness. But it was something happening within me around like the Lemurian trauma being activated, in the sense of, as Lemurians, one of the most important things for us is sound and Gaia and the sacredness of Gaia. And I felt like I was being like, the island was like purging all of this stuff out of me so I could be aware of how much, we haven't obviously been in alignment with the sacred formulas, with the sacred energies of Lemuria. And I was really upset. I was just really upset. And I went out to the mountains. I was like trying to find some place where I didn't hear car noise and I didn't hear construction noise, and I could just be with this land. And I wasn't fully successful because the car noise kind of travels up the mountains, but I went into the mountain, and I am staying on the base of like to the ancestors, like the most sacred mountain in Morea. Is very, very powerful being, and she's transmitting through this gathering to you right now. And I went to her, and basically, what I heard from this place was like, the Lemurian consciousness needs to be activated because she is sending this mountain of Morea, and Morea is sending out frequency all the time, Lemurian frequency all the time. And what she can't amplify it until enough people around the world are embodying and receiving and embodying and grounding in those Lemurian codes. So we need to be embodying or I wouldn't say the first step would be embodying. I would say we need to be really receiving and allowing for the transmission of those crystalline Lemurian codes to flow through our bodies and to ground into Mother Earth. Because if you can kind of feel me, it's like, imagine that this mountain in Morea and the island of Morea is sending out these waves of light, but it needs like, I guess like this metaphor would be almost like like the cellular towers, it's not the most like, best metaphor, but it like almost needs the cellular towers. Like if the cellular towers aren't there, then the cellular, whatever it is that they do is blasting out, but we can't actually get any cell reception because we need the cell towers to ground it in and make it available, right? Yeah, Tara says receptors, antenna, and it says yes, yes, yes. Joan says, so powerful, honored to receive and ground these energies. Yay, thank you for being here. Isabella says, this is amazing. Devani says, so powerful, chills. Naylan says, apparently your energetic support was needed there at this time of transition. And Sarah says, yeah, oh my goodness, they sold the beach. I know, we're just like having a moment. Okay, so yeah, we need these, receptors. So you're the receptors and you are here today. Like specifically, there are different lineages within Lemuria and we're all connected. It's all one, but there are specific people who are connected into Morea. She is a god, like a massive goddess of Lemuria, and you are connected into her. You would not be listening to this if you weren't. So she is sending out these frequencies, and today and hopefully every day we're going to be receptive to these Lemurian grids. And then she can, once these are grounded, and there's different vortex points, there are certain places on the planet that are more important to be connected into. So those need to be activated first. And when I was here, I'm really connected to the Greek islands. And that I think is one really important vortex point as well. And I'm just looking at Tara on video, and I know that she's in the Greek islands right now. So that's so amazing. And there's, these different vortex points. So, wherever we are, it's so important, but these need to be activated, and they're activated through your body. They're activated through your heart and the codes that you're allowing in and channeling and activating. And then Mother Morea can bring it further. She can't right now. She can bring it. She can bring more light. She can bring more Lemurian activation, but she can't right now because it would literally blast us. Like the grid lines aren't ready, right? It's just like electricity. You have to have the right wires that can take that amount of electricity. Otherwise, you're going to blow the fuse, right? So I'm just going to have a little bit of water. And seeing your comments come in, and I'll stop to read them shortly. So yeah, so, and, I was also shown that, this, the way that they built the road here, I get it because it's like the easiest way to build the road. Like it's literally this whole island is mountain, except for this one flat part right around the ocean, all the way around the island. But she also showed me like this is temporary. And when the Lemurian frequencies are powerful enough and strong enough, this will be washed away. Yes, is there a tinge of hint of devastation, rising waters in that? Yes, but I think we all in our hearts intuitively know that a big purge is coming, and certain, you could call them natural disasters, might be coming, or just the rising of the waters, which perceived through the ego can be scary, but perceived through the heart can also be interpreted as the cleansing, so that we can really, really anchor the new earth here, right? So, okay, so that's one part of it. I'll stop and read the comments. I have so much to share. So yes, everyone's saying, heart chills, full body tingles, feeling her deeply. And Pam says, yes, I have been shown in multiple visions how we're pillars of light as anchors in our global web of light. Yay. Yes, me too. Definitely. I've been shown that, and I've been shown that originally that first came to me working with the dolphins and the whales, because when we receive their songs, etherically, because we might not be able to hear them, but their sounds and song lines and light are always being broadcast. It's the same thing, as Pam was saying, we help anchor more of the light and transmitting. Green says we're receptors and transmitters, radar love. Pam is talking about the golden Gaia's light grids, Nikola Tesla's free energy blue light grids, the dragons of light, our hearts forming gold and pink light webs, and our bodies like trees rooting in, downloading Syrian and many codes, weaving more and more within into golden Gaia. That could be a song. That could be lyrics to a really cool song. Okay. So now, going from one download to the next. Where do I start with this one? Okay. So I was meditating. I was meditating recently, and when I got to New Zealand, which is also Lemurian energies, I would say not nearly as strong as French Polynesia, but maybe that's just me. But still Lemurian. Venus really started coming through. Venus and the Divine Union codes. And this is so big, so let me just try to share this. So I was meditating the other day here and just allowing myself to receive more and more. And I was working with the blue rose energies. It was light blue rose. It was these light blue rose frequencies and white frequencies that were coming through. And then there was this explanation that was coming through that started to come through in New Zealand as well. And this is around our Oceanic Divine Masculine brothers, our Lemurian brothers. We incarnate in different bodies. We've been in male bodies, we've been in female bodies, but how I understand it is our resonance, like at an essence level, probably can just be androgynous, but can also be divine feminine, like our soul has, a feminine essence or a masculine essence. That's how I understand it. So, we might incarnate in different bodies, but our brothers of the rose, and our brothers of Lemuria, and our water men, we as feminine beings have been attacked, but they've been attacked in a different way. And right now they I don't know if I would call it like they're suffering, but let me just kind of explain this so we can see that our role, and we have a role as those who, if you're a sister of the rose, you have a connection to Venus, and you, on a soul level, are in the mystery schools of Venus. And the Venusian templates are of divine union and are of unconditional love. And this is what we came to Lemuria with. We came to Lemuria with these pure mermaid, dolphin, whale codes. We were in mermaid bodies, dolphin bodies, whale bodies, water priestess bodies, fae. We might even have been the crystals, the rocks, the trees, but we're the water ones. We deeply not only connect with the feminine, but we also deeply connect with water. And we come in with the codes and the templates of Venus because we have been initiated and are being initiated in the Venusian temples. And we came here, and when we were in Lemuria, for all the time span of Lemuria was very, very, very long. And the golden age was also very, very, very long. And we had these beautiful codes of the mermaid and the merman, the water divine feminine, the water divine masculine, the Lemurian divine feminine, and the Lemurian divine masculine divine union. And it was and is so pure and so watery and oceanic and in divine innocence, and just the most beautiful frequency that, you could imagine. And when Lemuria began to fall, which was, this is when Atlantis and Lemuria coexisted side by side for a certain amount of time. And then there was an infection from off-planet. So these off-planet species and these off-planet races who were disconnected to Sophia and using their free will in a way that was not for the good of all, and who really had lost their way, really came in through an Atlantean portal. And from my understanding, this wasn't, they did this without the free will agreement. It was an intrusion, and they really started to infect Atlantis. We're still dealing with this infection very much to this day, although we're now really in the prophesized end times of this infection. And this is what we're doing here today as well. It's like, working through our hearts in light, to bring back these original divine codings and update them for what is needed now. So when this Atlantean infection happened, the Lemurian mermaids and the Lemurian dolphin and whales and the water beings and the divine feminine It's my understanding that these beings who were infected and were the infection, let's call it, still divine light dressed up in a scary Halloween costume, but nonetheless, on face value, have really lost their way. They began to they wanted that pure divine feminine energy. They wanted to own it. They wanted to harness it. They wanted to use it for their own means. And simultaneously, they wanted to destroy it. That represented their relationship with the Divine Mother. They only wanted to use it, but they wanted to destroy it at the same time. They loved it. They felt seduced by it in a way, but they also hated it. And so what happened was these forced hybridization experiments on the mermaids and on the water beings and on the divine feminine, as well as divine masculine beings and the fae, the fairies, the elementals. There's a lot of experimentation involved that didn't involve the free will, full yes of each heart involved, unfortunately. Tara says, wow, I'm getting really uncomfortable. Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. We're not going to stay here too long on this, but this is important for me to explain what has happened between our oceanic water divine union codes. And so what happened is our Lemurian brothers and our Lemurian loves and our Lemurian divine unions, Lemuria didn't have the warrior of light energy activated, let's say. They didn't need it. Lemuria, we lived in harmony. We lived in harmony with the purest frequencies, with Sophia, with Gaia. And in order, the Atlantean energy had already progressed to such a state of density that they didn't necessarily have the tools. They didn't know how to help us. They didn't have weapons. They didn't have they didn't have what they needed to really help us. And so what happened for the Lemurian Divine Masculine is they began to feel shame. And really, this is when a big shame was introduced in a big way. And there was a split between the Lemurian Divine Feminine and the Lemurian Divine Masculine. And the Lemurian Divine Feminine felt abandoned, and the Lemurian Divine Masculine felt helpless. And so to this day, the archetype of the wounded Lemurian Divine Masculine is shame, helpless, almost weak, almost oh, I can't show up for you. I can't show up for the Divine Feminine. I feel too much shame. So if you look at your relationships with men, whether you're straight or not, whether you're queer, we all have relationships with men. If you look at your relationships with men, you might be able to notice this fallen Lemurian masculine archetype of you see their light so strongly and you see their purity so strongly, but for some reason they just can't show up and be in full presence with the divine feminine. And that's because there's a deep part of them that feels ashamed that he couldn't do anything about it. And he's punishing himself to this day. And he has projected that the Divine Mother is angry with him. And so there is this one, archetype, right? And now, well, what happens? Okay, so the divine masculine Atlantean man is also, an archetypal energy and a template. And beautiful, beautiful oceanic. The oceanic Atlantean divine masculine is a little bit different than the Lemurian oceanic divine masculine. The Lemurian is very the Lemurian true divine masculine is almost, we would consider it a little bit even feminine, but they aren't. They're so connected to the divine masculine, but because they're so pure and so etheric in a lot of ways, it's just it's like water divine masculine codes. It's so beautiful, so pure. Love it. The oceanic divine masculine of Atlantis is a little bit more they had more time in more dense bodies. They had a little bit more time that's when kind of the warrior of light energy does sort of activate. And it's a little bit like, you could say stronger, but I don't mean that in a way that the Lemurian Divine Masculine isn't as strong. It's just different, but I think that you know what I'm talking about. So the Atlantean Divine Masculine energy also fell. And what happened to him is he went the other way. He went into more aggressive, more dominating energy. And this is kind of what we know typically as like the patriarchal energy. So he went like the other way. And so we have now, here we are as mermaids. Here we are as the divine feminine of the waters, the dolphin, whale, mermaid, water priestess beings. And we remember these divine unions with our oceanic divine masculine counterparts, which also exist inside of us. These archetypes are happening inside of us because we are both. And we remember the purity. And for some reason, it's like, oh my goddess, like, why can't I get it? If you're more progressed in your healing, and if you're holding certain codes, and if certain things have happened to you, you might be here and you might be in a divine union relationship, which is fucking amazing. For most of us, who I call the mermaids of the rose, we are experiencing like difficulty with the masculine because we are still experiencing the templates of the fallen Lemurian Oceanic Divine Masculine and the fallen Atlantean Divine Masculine. And we've gone into a space of, either mistrust, feelings that we've been abandoned by him, feelings that he rejected us, that he went away on purpose, that he doesn't love us anymore. All these kind of pieces here. So okay, I'm going to stop to read the comments. So yeah, you just probably are already in a space of reflection as well, of like maybe some things making sense, because as a Lemurian sister of the rose, you hold the codes of divine union. You hold them in your soul, and they were attacked. And on some level, you were made to believe that they were broken, and that you and your sexuality and your sensuality was broken. And that was the Atlantean infection. But we're here now to reclaim what was never lost. And this is the lifetime of integration where we weave it all together and we say, I am a Venusian Lemurian priestess of the light, and I am divine union, and nothing can break that. I am sovereign. So this is our role and our soul mission in this life, is to activate the templates of divine union within us. The oceanic dolphin divine union of Vesica Pisces that lives in your sacral, that's a little bit different to what the earth sisters hold, the air sisters, the fire sisters and brothers. This is a water dolphin divine union, Vesica Pisces, that channels through Venus, in my understanding also from Sirius into Lemuria and through the ages. And this is what we hold. And it wasn't broken, even though all appearances told us that it was annihilated. We hold it in the essence of our soul as sovereign beings. And this is our soul mission in this lifetime, to reclaim it and to help our brothers of Lemuria and our brothers of the rose, when we activate the divine masculine oceanic frequencies inside of ourselves and we come into deeper divine union. This is the activation we're going to be doing today shortly. We support them as well. And when this oceanic divine union template is more fully activated on this planet, the waters will heal. We have a massive role, because it's up to really us to awaken and activate, so that the waters in the ocean can really be purified. We are the water guardians. We are the water family, and we came with a big mission. So let me just read some of these comments. Quinn says, this is why I was called to this temple gathering. I believe my origin in Venus and my sole purpose is life, and maybe others, to help balance the male-female energies on this planet. Well, there you go. Tara says, are they even more under attack now? I honestly, for me, I probably wouldn't say so. I would say we're, yes, there's like, yes, heavy attack right now, sure. But it's, to be honest, it's kind of like how I see it is like we're so used to it at this point. And it's like, oh, okay, it's like starting to not to phase us. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, get it. Yeah, Atlantean infection under attack. Yeah, got it, guys. Like, I got somewhere to be. So if you can like wrap this up, like, you know, whereas before when it first happened, it was like so traumatizing. But now we're just like so used to it that we're like, yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna just be over here activating the rose Lemurian crystalline grid lines. So love ya. Christina says there's an intrusion and infection now. Yeah, from off planet. Tara says, oh yeah, I read that comment. Pam says, I received that I was born in Singapore that holds a lot of Atlantis energies. So I carry the healed Atlantean oracle codes. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second as well. And the Lemurian priestess codes to catalyze divine union here. Have done, oh yay, beautiful, have done sea ceremonies around this. Yay. I've been healing a lot of my deep trauma around my life as an oracle Poseidon and the Temple of Atlantis. Beautiful. And I was, you know, some of you might know this, I was on the Canary Islands last year, which are really like kind of more like the outpost of Atlantis, you know, like the Azores and Madeira and the Canary Islands are like the Atlantean Islands, whereas Hawaii and French Polynesia and the Polynesian Islands are the Lemurian Islands. So I was, oh my goddess, I was meeting the men of Poseidon there that had no idea that they were men of Poseidon of Atlantis, but there were like surfers there and, you know, seeing their trauma, that they also couldn't just be in space with the divine feminine. And I was like, wow, like awaken the oceanic divine masculine. And I believe that that is a part of my purpose. So Sarah says huge chills. Marianne has she has 3 guys in her life right now like that. And that was, I think, when we were talking about the Lemurian, you know, energies. Pam says, thank you for sharing this, Beth. We all hold pieces of the shared jigsaw puzzle. Absolutely. Deborah says, recently sacred union within is calling to dwell again. Yes. And Pam says, yes, I was told I meant to support men. Heal my traumas with the wounded masculine. Sarah says, I experienced this difficulty with my dad and within me. Yeah, totally. Jesus, like I like look at when all these downloads came in, I just looked at my dad and it gave me more compassion for him. Just to see, you know, oh, I can see both the fallen Lemurian divine masculine and the fallen Atlantean divine masculine in him. And it's like, what a level of awareness you have, you know, as a man and as a being to be able to wake up to, you know, the crystalline presence of the divine mother is our healing. Like, wow. So it's so important that we're here together, you know, amplifying this so it becomes more visible for all of us. Devani says, loving all of this. Yes, been activating this union within me for the past year, especially healing my inner masculine energy. Thank you for doing that. Lucy says, I chose a sand dollar today for the center of my altar for this call. They have 5 petals in the middle, like the Venus rose. I've been working so much on divine union within, especially clearing the divine masculine template. Yes, thank you, everyone, for doing this good work together. Sarah says, yes, compassion. So, and Pam says, I experienced the trauma again in this lifetime. I survived a lot of sexual violence and verbal violence from many different men. So my initiations and experiences with the fallen masculine has been full on in this life. I bet I really want to move away from this and feel safe. Yeah, just holding you in that. It's really huge work. Really, really huge. So I'm going to share a couple more things, then we're going to have a bathroom break and move into this activation. So what is coming through now is the new Lemurian Divine Masculine and the new Lemurian Divine Feminine. The new Lemurian energies are the ones who have been fucking through it. We have been through it. We have been through the falls. We have been through the violation. We have been through all of the trauma. I'm not going to name it all. You know what it is. We've been through it. And now the new Lemurian Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine energies are the ones who have integrated it and also who have activated the Warrior of Light codes. So Lemuria, we didn't need the warrior of light codes. We were just like floating along like flowers. We are like, yes, look at this flower. I'm going to breathe it. Oh, yeah. Like, going to go swim and become a dolphin now. Just awesome. Right. But now we need our warrior of light has been activated over and over and over again for lifetimes. Lucy says, I also bought the warrior of light card for this call. Yeah. So how I downloaded it and what I received was the new Lemurian Divine Feminine and the new Lemurian Divine Masculine has integrated the trauma. We're stronger than ever. And we also have the Warrior of Light templates activated, but we are still Lemurian. We are crystalline. We are of the waters, of the dolphins, of the whales, of the elven ones, of the angels, the Lemurian star mothers, the Pleiadian star mothers. We have this DNA. We are the ones who sing the songs of light. We are the ones who know how to work with the flowers and the waters. And we are the purity of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father incarnate. And we are also warriors of light. And we are bringing the 5D Lemurian codes into our bodies, into our more 3D structures of the bodies. And that is what we need to do. That is what's going to close out this massive chapter, is bringing the Lemurian divine templates into these more dense bodies that we have, and really bringing the 5D codes as an operating system for our physical bodies, rather than, connecting with the Lemurian frequencies as more etheric frequencies that feel really nice when we meditate. But, that's it. Of course, it's, as it's the embodiment, and that's the Sisterhood of the Rose. The Sisterhood of the Rose is about embodiment. The Sisterhood of the Rose is about bringing the frequencies of the Divine Mother, of Sophia, into our bodies and letting the 5D and the higher realms really, become physical and move through our physical bodies. So this is our call right now, and we are going to be doing this today, an activation of the new Lemurian Divine Union templates. And Sarah says, and so much wisdom, so much magic. I love this. I love it. I also want to shout out, there's a woman called Issy Living who I did an activation with when I was in New Zealand, around the mermaids, and she brought through a lot of the fallen Lemurian Divine Masculine energy and codes, and that really activated so much remembrance in me and awareness. So I also just want to bless Issy wherever she is, to say thank you for spurring a lot of this awakening as well. So I want to talk to you about something really exciting that's happening right now. There's a reason why we're doing this call today. Well, obviously it's the feast day of Mary Magdalene, but the next few weeks, the next 3-4 weeks, the next 6 weeks is really a powerful time for this healing. Okay. So today, literally right now, pretty much exactly right now, maybe it's in a few hours, I think, Venus is going retrograde. Literally, right now, on the day, feast day of Mary Magdalene. Venus, so for some of you, know deeply what that means, and maybe that's new for some of you. So Venus, I didn't even get into our connections really with Venus. I did a little bit, but we're going to deep dive in a program. It's like a month-long activation called the Mermaids of the Rose. And this is going to be, starting soon. Doors are open now. And I want to tell you a little bit about this timeline of what's happening. So Venus going retrograde is allowing us to uncover our shadows here around divine union. And not only is Venus going retrograde right now, we're moving up into the Lionsgate portal. So the Lionsgate portal is August 8th, but it's also a couple week kind of time period. Different people say different things. A lot of people say it kind of starts and opens July 26th. I've also heard people say, the highest frequencies of the Lionsgate, which connects to Sirius, are August 3rd to 10th. but it's around, and it's celebrated August 8th, which is 8/8. So these are the Sirian codes coming in, and our Sirian codes are also our mermaid, dolphin, whale codes. So as a Lemurian sister of the rose, and if you really resonate with the dolphins and the whales, it's very, very, very likely that you have a deep connection with Sirius, because as Amora Kuan Yin says, who is deceased but spoke a lot about the dolphins, she shared that the home of the dolphins in the Milky Way galaxy, kind of that main central home in the Milky Way galaxy, is Sirius. And for those of you familiar with Sirius B, there's another star. There's Sirius A, and there's also Sirius B. There's also a Sirius C, but we're not going to go into that. Sirius B and that star system is a star system of the Mer, of the whales and the dolphins and the aquatic beings. So we also have this portal. So Venus is going into retrograde, connecting with our Venusian lineage. Sirius, we're having a massive, Lion's Gate opening that we can connect with the Mer lineage as well. And then I think it's August 13th, Venus is in direct alignment with the Earth and the Sun in an inferior conjunction. That only happens every 19 months, that specific conjunction, when Venus is between the Earth and the Sun. So we have a massive influx of Venusian energy around this time, and the Lion's Gate. So it's like such a massive portal for working with the Sirius and the Venus energies that inform our Lemurian heritage, because we're working with Sirius, we're working with, the white lions, the Christ consciousness, but also the whales, the dolphins. We're working with Venus. Well, that's where our lineage traveled through. So many of us came through Sirius. We lived as the Mer, as the aquatic beings on Sirius. We trained on Sirius. We then went through Venus to be initiated in the temples of love of Venus, strongly with the Divine Mother energy, preparing for our life on Earth. And then we went into Lemuria. Or, it might look a little bit different for each of us. So for our lineage, which I'm calling the Mermaids of the Rose lineage, this is a massive time, over these next few weeks for the healing of these Divine Union templates and for the awakening of our mermaid codes. So I am running an activation called Mermaids of the Rose, where basically we open on, I'll put the link actually here in case you want to follow along. And then after this, we'll do our activation together. So that I probably should have brought this link up before, but that's okay. Just give me 1 second to get it in case you want to look at what I'm sharing about if you're live. Okay. So this is what we're doing. It's not a course. It's like, it's an activation that's going to take us, a few weeks to do. So July 26th is when the first module of Lemuria is going to open. There's going to be some teachings on Lemuria, but the main part of this journey is there's going to be a lot of guided meditation journeys, because I've realized that is one of my main medicines to the world. Is I can facilitate powerful meditation. So I really wanted to focus on that. So when we start on July 26th with the first content that comes out, we're going to be working with Lemuria, and we're going to be working with the Lemurian star mothers, and we're going to be doing this grid work that I mentioned today. Remember, we talked about how Morea is blasting out these Lemurian codes, but we need the grid lines to strengthen in order to be able to receive the next level of it. So we're going to be going on a meditation journey to work with the Lemurian star mothers in order to do that grid work. There's also going to be another meditation that's just going to help activate our Lemurian DNA. And whether you join this journey or not, just pay attention to these dates, because you might, even if you're not a part of this journey, you might be doing something, just on your own that's going to follow this timeline. Okay. And then, if you're going to join us, and we're going to do it together, and it's going to be really powerful in that amplification. Then for the Sirius module, which is going to come out August 5th, so you're going to have these Sirian meditations to work with over the Lionsgate portal. We're going to be working with the white lions of Sirius, who are going to take us to Sirius and activate our royal codes and the courage of the lion's heart that we need for this soul's mission. This soul's mission is massive. We are transmuting trauma for millions in our one human body. Like, we are bringing forth the codes of divine union when we've been receiving the annihilation mind control and body fragmentation that has told humanity for millennia divine union isn't actually a thing. There is subservience to the masculine. That's what exists. That's in the fucking Bible, that women are submissive to the masculine. And that's what actually divine union means. So when we go to Sirius over the Lionsgate portal, we're going to be working with the white lions and activating those royal codes and that courage, that warrior of light energy that's going to help us with our mission. We're also going to be working with the Sirius B, mermaids, whales, and dolphins to activate your remembrance of how connected you are to the whales and the dolphins and the mermaids and who you really are as a mer being. Because I get so many people coming to me and just like being like, but am I a mermaid? Like, can that even be a real thing? No, right? Like, and it's just like, yes, let's step into this remembrance and be who we are. And then when Venus goes direct a few days before that, I'll be sharing in this journey, Mermaids of the Rose, 5 guided meditation journeys, which are really focused around similar to what we're going to be doing just in a moment here with the activation and the healing. But they're going to be really in depth. We're going to go to Venus to meet the priestesses of Venus of light, activating our rose templates. We are going to be going to a blue rose flame temple of Venus to purify our trauma with the masculine, with the blue rose flame of Venus. We are going to be going on a guided meditation journey to heal the hybridization. Remember when I was sharing about that and people were saying, this is making me uncomfortable. That's a sign that we have that in our bodies still. So we're going to be going on a guided meditation journey to heal the hybridization of the Fae and the elementals and the mermaids that happened in Atlantis. This is really, really big. I'm so excited about this meditation. And there's going to be a couple other meditation journeys as well to do with Venus and the healing and the activation of the Dolphin Divine Union templates that you can work with in Venus. And then towards the end of the month, we're going to come together for a live ceremony to close out and to have a Q&A and to, see where we're at then and what needs to come through that. So I invite you into that. It's the investment is $255 US. I felt last night when I was creating it that it probably should have been priced higher, but I do like to, make these offerings as accessible as I can. And there is a 2-part payment plan of $133. And content begins coming out July 26th, but you can sign up until August 8th. So you are invited into that. And whether you are called into that or not, I invite you to work with this Syrian Venusian gateway that we are basically really in now as Venus goes retrograde today. So let me just read a couple comments and we're going to have a bathroom break and then we'll go into our healing and activation with the Dolphin Divine Union, Vesica Pisces. Corrine says, yes, she will become a morning star again. And she is in the last 40 days of her rose cycle. Yeah, she's referring to Venus with that. Pam says, such a beautiful offering. Thank you. Lucy says, sounds amazing, Beth. Okay, cool. So we are going to just have a bathroom break for, let's say 4 minutes and drink water, stretch, and come back. And we're going to do a Dolphin Divine Union activation to really do what we just talked about. So I'll see you in a few minutes, or you won't see me, but you get it. All right, angels, beautiful mer angels. I am back. So what you're gonna need to know for this activation is you're gonna need to know what the Vesica Pisces looks like. Um, I would have like had it, I was like thinking of like screen sharing, and I technically could probably do that, but just to start, can I put a video or image in? Do you guys know what the Vesica Pisces looks like? I think most of you do. You can just put it in the chat. If you don't, just search VESICA space PISCES, and I just write it in the chat. Oh no, it auto-corrected my Vesica. Vesica Pisces. I think that's how you spell it. Vesica. No. Oh my goodness. Vesica. Third time's the charm, you know. Vesica Pisces. So if you're on replay, it's VESICA space PISCES. Vesica Pisces. It's two circles that kind of interlock, I guess, with each other. It is the symbol that you'll see, you know, on the Glastonbury Red Spring well, and you'll see it a lot. And you know, very curiously, it's like, I think it's like MasterCard's logo or something like that. Yeah, it's just like a very powerful symbol through the ages. And the Vesica Pisces is a symbol of divine union, and it's what we're going to be working with in. Oh, cool. And it says 2112 over here, like a numerological Vesica Pisces. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we're going to be working with that in the activation. So I just need you to have like a visualization of what that looks like. So in the chat, can you just give me like a yes, I know the Vesica Pisces, or yes, I just looked it up. Everyone's saying yes. Yes. Yep. Okay, great. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Pretty simple to keep in mind. Okay. Amazing. Love it. So, all right. And I invite you, if you want, if you prefer meditating with some gentle meditation music in the background, you can always put, you know, your favorite meditation music track on low to go with my voice. I just for the purpose of clear audio, I find sometimes it kind of messes up my audio a little bit if I put meditation music in the background as a screen share. So now is the time to get yourself comfortable for meditation. Put on gentle meditation music in the background if you want it. You really don't need it, but if you want to. Deborah says my hands started moving in figure 8. Yay, amazing. And just, yeah, getting yourself ready. Yeah, Sarah says, I like it without background to hear you clear. Thanks for feeling me on that, because recently I stopped doing it because when I was listening to the replays, I was like, oh, it makes my voice a little bit weird. Quinn says, Kuan Yin Mudra, touch ring fingers together and overlap the circles in a Vesica Pisces, then touch remaining fingers together. Yes! Shout out to our beloved sister mentor, Eden. It's probably where you learned that. That's where I learned that. Eden Amadora. Okay. So now let's just take a couple deep breaths and allow yourself to just get comfortable for this guided journey that we are going on together. So taking a deep breath and just honoring Mary Magdalene's energy overlaying us. And already the white whales are coming in. And they're showing me that they have been overlaying this gathering with Mary Magdalene. The white whales are, from what I have seen, are seraphim angels, a very high order of angelic consciousness. And you can visualize them, if you'd like, as white humpback whales. And I'm being shown that Mary Magdalene and the rose energy is above us. I'm actually seeing her with the red rose energy. And I'm seeing the white whales underneath us and just like really overlighting the sacred space for us. So we now call through the dolphins and the whales of the highest light and our Venusian starseed selves to be here with us now, communicate with us in our hearts. As you feel and see and sense a rose in your heart chakra. And no matter what color that rose is in the heart chakra, just allow this rose to grow in light as you breathe into it. And then sending love from this rose down into your sacral chakra. Just saying, I love you, sacral chakra. I love you, womb. And just seeing this trail of rose light moving down into your sacral chakra. I love you, sacral chakra. The heart to the sacral says, I love you. I love you, womb. And allow this rose to now also appear both in your heart and in your sacral chakra. Noticing what color this rose is that is appearing to you. And the dolphins and the whales are beginning to send energy into this rose to activate it with a really crystalline light. And you might even notice a flame coming out of this rose, depending on what is going to be best for you. And this rose is now beginning to light up and place this very crystalline, pure frequency of the original Lemurian Divine Union coding and the new Lemurian Divine Union coding of purity. And it's lighting up, and you might notice, you might feel energy of shadow that it is bringing up, the shadow of the separation, of the fall, of the supposed apparent breaking of the divine union structures and templates of the oceanic dolphin divine union. And allowing this rose light to begin to bless your womb and your sacral chakra and begin to clear and transmute all of the shadow and all of the pain that has happened since Lemurian Golden Age and now the dawning of the new Lemuria, and everything that has happened between now and then, and all of the lifetimes you've lived between now and then, or all of the collective energy that you've agreed to take on, including your ancestral lineages. And this rose is beginning right here, right now, to work through your womb and to send light as the dolphins continue to activate it, to purify the trauma, to purify any ideas that it is even possible for the divine feminine and divine masculine union grid to be broken. And this rose energy moving through sexual violation that your soul and ancestors have experienced. And just breathing into this rose as it lights up. And the dolphins are here and they're whistling and they're squeaking and they're bringing a lot of energy into your sacral chakra and they're activating your whole and healed inner child. And your whole and healed inner child is so cute, but such a badass. And they're like, yes, I am innocence. Like, I am innocence. And I want you to allow now these rose flames, whatever color of rose and whatever color of rose flames are now within you. And I want you to allow those rose flames to blaze through and to burn through as your inner child, your whole healed divine phoenix inner child, as would be referenced in the Sophia Code by Kaya Ra, just activates in light and is like, I am the child of innocence. I am the child of the divine union, of the Holy Divine Mother and the Holy Divine Father. and I am Divine Union codes incarnate. And the dolphins help to activate this. And now seeing the Vesica Pisces within your sacral chakra and feeling whatever you're feeling, because there's so many layers here. So those rose flames and that heal and hold inner child might need several experiences of going in deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in order to really feel like there's big movement here. So just be patient with yourself, whatever you're feeling. The healing that we're doing is not overnight healing. I wish it was. I wish it could be completed fully in one activation, but this is a journey. So just trusting whatever you're feeling and seeing the Vesica Pisces alive in your sacral chakra now and feeling your whole and healed inner child right in the middle of that Vesica Pisces, lit up like starlight, like joy, as joy. And on your left, there is a beautiful divine feminine dolphin spiraling through the Vesica Pisces with a whole lineage of divine feminine dolphin energies coming through on the left. And on the right, there is a divine masculine dolphin spiraling through the Vesica Pisces on the right with a whole lineage of divine masculine dolphin energies coming through on the right. And I'm becoming aware of our Syrian dolphin, divine masculine elders of light coming in and holding this grid line and holding this sacred Vesica Pisces with us now, infusing us with energy and the codes of divine masculine, encouraging our energy fields to trust the dolphin divine masculine once more. They say start here. Start with the dolphin divine masculine because that is the closest resonance to your own divine masculine, many of you. It is not these harsh ideas of masculine that have been given to us. The dolphin divine masculine is a strong energy, but a very soft, loving, kind, pure, innocent energy as well. So these beautiful Syrian dolphin divine masculine energies, divine masculine whale energies of Sirius, divine masculine Syrian light energies are coming through and really strengthening that Vesica Pisces energy and really moving through our wounds and clearing out the debris from the fallen divine masculine energies. Breathing in these Syrian dolphin divine masculine elders of light energies in your womb and your sacral. With the divine feminine dolphins swimming through the Vesica Pisces in your sacral, receiving them in this holy marriage of divine dolphin union codes. Breathing in. And just breathing the Vesica Pisces. All that you need to do is just focus on the Vesica Pisces. Breathe into it. And maybe even seeing those dolphins moving through the Vesica Pisces and just several breaths here. By the power of my I am presence, I activate the Dolphin Divine Union within. By the power of my I am presence, I activate the Venusian Divine Union Temples of light within. And allowing now a rose sister from Venus, a Venusian priestess, and she may actually be you, to come through and send a rose blessing into your sacral chakra and into this Vesica Pisces, strengthening it. And she says, keep focusing on the Vesica Pisces throughout your day, throughout your life. Every time you bring light into it and you feed light into the symbol of the Vesica Pisces in your sacral chakra and wherever else in your energy field you see it, you strengthen it and you literally break up with the codes of slavery where there was an infiltration of template of female slavery to men that was programmed into the earth. And every time you bring in this light to the Vesica Pisces and you're breathing in this rose energy, you just release it more and more. See that rose, see that divine inner child celebrating right in the middle of your sacral chakra and the Vesica Pisces. Know that the Syrian Divine Masculine energies are coming through. The Venusian Divine Feminine energies are coming through. And feel, no matter what you feel, you might feel tender right now. You might actually just feel shadow and wounds coming up. It's because there's a lot here, or you might feel light. You might feel amazing. Whatever is coming up, it's perfect. Because like I said, this is a journey of activation and healing. And every time we bring in those divine union, Dolphin, Vesica Pisces codes, allowing the priestesses of Venus to send us those rose codes, activating the rose templates of divine union within us, activating the new Lemurian Divine Feminine, the new Lemurian Divine Masculine. Feel that the new Lemurian Divine Feminine, she's integrated the trauma. She's good. She's power. She's light. She's a warrioress of light and a crystalline Lemurian queen. Feel the new Lemurian Divine Masculine energy in the Vesica Pisces. He is in devotion to the Divine Feminine and the Divine Mother. He's forgiven himself and he's recognized that it was all part of this divine plan. And he is awakened with power and love, and they are together in unity, and he's awakened his warrior of light energy. And they are together in this Vesica Pisces in your sacral chakra, dolphins and roses dancing through it. With your inner child celebrating in the middle, a child of the perfect divine union of Mother, Father, God, the codes that you carry from the moment of your soul's conception. And just take a few deep breaths here. And I'm going to leave a moment for you to maybe receive any energy or messages, or just be at peace with this energy of this new Lemurian Vesica Pisces that may want to come through now. Breathing into that Vesica Pisces in your sacral, receiving, listening, loving. And now feeling the ocean mother bring her waves of water through your sacral chakra. The ocean, your mother. The definition of the mer beings and who the mer are, mermaids and mermen, the mer that I received are those who consider the ocean as their mother on a soul level. So allow Mother Ocean to bless your sacral chakra the waves of the ocean water through your sacral chakra, restoring divine harmony and perfection, restoring your crystalline oceanic codes of light. Feeling your mother, the ocean, loving you and blessing you, and encouraging you. She's got you. She's here. She knows you. She loves you. Allow the ocean waters to cleanse away anything less than this divine union, Vesica Pisces, oceanic divine masculine, oceanic divine feminine, energy within you, temples of Venus, templates of Venus activated, rose templates, rose starlight filling you. And finally, for our closing, we're going to be bringing now a crystalline rose energy, rose starlight through your crown chakra. So you can see maybe a rose lit up with starlight, the rose star in your crown, divine mother codes. Moving another beautiful rose light into your third eye. The rose star energies moving through your throat. Lemurian star mothers channeling these rose light star frequencies through. With the ocean mother as this rose star enters into your heart. Activating Lemurian rose remembrance, rose starlight. Allowing the power of Lemuria and Morea, Mother Morea, to send you light into your rose star in your heart. Mother Morea, French Polynesia, center of the South Pacific of the Pacific Ocean. Receiving her energy in your heart as the rose light activates. White whale frequencies blessing your heart. The new Lemuria activating. Bringing this rose light into your sacral chakra, your solar plexus first. This rose star. Down into your sacral chakra, the rose starlight. Mother Morea sending you light, Lemurian grits of light activating now, weaving together. First the start of the rose, Lemurian gathering. This green mountain, the green mountains of Morea, sending light through the turquoise crystalline waters all the way to you where you are now. Grounding those through your root chakra with the rose starlight going into your root, into where you're currently on, the lands that you're currently on. Rose starlight through your legs and your feet. Rose starlight into the grids below you. Rose Lemurian. Rose star. Lemurian rose starlight. Blessed by the Venus temples. Blessed by the Syrian light. Grounding into the core crystal. And sending a rose, the starlight rose, into the core crystal of Gaia. Just taking a moment to breathe, feeling the crystalline rose energy at the core of Gaia with the elven angelic realms, the Lemurian High Council above. And feel your soul star chakra above your head opening with rose light, the great central sun sending you light, so that above We're opening up those chakras in the higher aura. Good. And then the rose starlight's moving through the central channel into the core crystal. And the rose grid connects through our hearts, and the Lemurian rose grid and the Lemurian light connects through Mother Morea and all of the crystalline Lemurian vortexes of light, bringing them power and light. I'm seeing the white lions come in and sending light into the Lemurian vortexes of light. And just take another deep breath here. I'm just going to give you another moment to just feel the energies and to weave anything else that you want to weave together to feel complete. Mary Magdalene, thank you for bringing our gathering into coherence. And I see the blue rose in all of our hearts and the blue rose uniting our field. And I see dolphins coming out of this blue rose, communicating with your heart and blessing you. All right, taking a deep breath in now, breathing the energy from down up into your heart, from above, from down into your heart. So above and below, the energy is coming into your heart. With the exhale, you might even feel your angel or fairy wings emerging from the back of your heart. And feeling a blessing from Mary Magdalene into your heart. With the dolphins, with the whales, and when you're ready, you can just come back into this space. Right, and gently coming back, welcoming you all back. So as we come back, just allow yourself to breathe, touch in, feel how you feel. And just knowing that, like I said, these, like I wish that we could just be so like fully activated and embodied in these Dolphin Divine Union codes in one go. But I know that you know that that's not how it works when we're dealing with the amount of trauma that we've been through. So that's why, Mermaids of the, I'm so excited about Mermaids of the Rose because I'm actually honestly like making these meditations for myself, like as well as all of you, like our lineage, because I need these meditations to touch in every day and to keep going in and in and in. And I've already had, as I've been doing this work, I've already been having these activations and these movements from going in and activating these Oceanic Divine Union templates over and over again. And I wanted to make these. I wanted to make these for you, these meditations, these journeys, so that you can go into these meditations every day. And there's enough of them that you're not going to get bored, that, you're going to be doing these meditations over and over and over again. You're going to have them for life. They're yours. And it's going to activate such a world of remembrance of your mermaid dolphin energy. And it's going to activate your soul mission, because if you're here on this call, you're part of your soul's mission is to activate those Venusian rose templates of divine union, and for the dolphin whale grids as well. So, yeah, if you can come join us for Mermaids of the Rose, I would be so happy to be there with you. Sarah says, I love your meditations. Thank you. So does anybody, if you have anything to share, from this space, I am welcoming shares. Usually for this call is a part of the Dolphin Healing Collective. Our monthly gatherings, mostly monthly, to heal the ocean and the whales and the dolphins, to bless them and to be blessed by them. Usually I don't allow like video or audio shares on them just because, yeah, they're more of like simple calls, but today is a special call. So if you do want to share anything on video or an audio, you're welcome to raise your hand. And you can also share in the chat. And if you're on the recording, you can just share comments just below, on YouTube where you're seeing this. And I also want to mention that for those of you who really feel the call to Morea, I will be hosting my first ever in-person retreat finally next year to swim with the humpback whales in Morea. It's going to be a Lemurian activation. And I just got like so many chills. So I know some of you who are listening are going to be there. So you will have that opportunity in about, it's probably going to be September 2024. Probably end of September. I'm just like in the initial stages of putting it together, but you're invited, and there will be more information probably by October. I'm hoping to get everything up so that people can start joining, and you can get on a payment plan as well if that's helpful for you, if you want to come. If you're just like, yeah, Mother Morea is definitely calling me. Okay, so Annette says, deep, deep clearing. Thank you, love. Yay. I'm so happy that you received that. Pam says, first time on a call with you and love it. Oh, yay. I'm so happy that you're here. Randy said, oh my God, that's amazing. Joan says, yay. Quinn says, Hathor was presenting strongly in my visuals towards the end of the meditations. Yes. Any insights on her connection with all of this? Absolutely. I believe her activation in the Sophia code was around activating crystalline DNA. So Hathor is really connected to Venus, and if you know, you might want to look into the work, if you don't know, of Tom Kenyon's book, The Hathors. So my understanding of it is, in the Sophia code, it's channeled through and talks about, the Hathor star nation, and there were those beings who ascended with Hathor. My understanding is those are the Hathors. It's just a different name. So the Hathors are the Hathor Star Nation. And through the work of Tom Kenyon, he channels that these are Venusian beings. And they come through and they channel through Venus. So he has a great book on that you can learn more, and he explains that as well. And yes, Hathor has also really come through. And Hathor is, to me, when I connect with Hathor, is a blue frequency. And she also works very strongly with sound. She's a sound priestess, a sound, sound ascended master, and channeling the blue energy, and also is of the rose energies. So totally all woven in. Lucy says, incredible. Sarah says, so much clarity from this call. Yes, I want to. Yeah, let's go swim with the whales. I can't even handle it. I'm just waiting until my whale swims. I'm gonna be like, whoa, that's gonna be crazy. Marianne says, thank you so much. Alexis says, oh my God, retreat. Yeah. Sarah says, 33 on the call. And Pam says, yes, I was asked to open my eyes, and it was 3 a.m. for me. Wow, that's early. Wow, you're amazing. Randy says, this meditation was so clarifying and inspiring to move forward. Yay. Pauline says, beautiful meditation. Thank you, Beth Catherine. So luminous. Thank you. Corinne says, thank you, Beth. Bathing in divine blue light. Beautiful. Christina says, thanks, love. Sounds so amazing. Oh, I hope you can hear me. It says my internet connection's unstable. Christina says, thanks, love. Sounds so amazing. Must go now. Appreciate your offerings. Yay. Deborah says, temple vortex of nurturing light. We thank you for this shine so bright, which sparkled our essence bright to allow the gold of warrior light. Blessings. Guys, just coming up with song lyrics, beats, the hits. Love it. Naomi says, so intense. I felt a strong physical activation. Wow. Joan says, for me too, blue frequency. I was in the liminal space between sleep and waking. Strong sense of the Vesica Pisces in my sacral chakra. Thank you. Yay. Naomi says, sound was plopped up in my meditation. Also popped up. I was like, what does that mean? Sound popped up. Sarah says, you've been a little choppy, but it all came through. Oh, okay, darn. I do have a backup recording to this, so maybe I'll see how that goes. Stephanie says, thank you so much, Beth. I loved it so much. Yeah, I gotta put my little mermaid to bed. Tara says, the vibrations of your voice coming through with the unstable internet were really powerful. It's funny. Yeah, hopefully everyone heard it okay, but we'll see for the recording. I do have a backup recording, like I said, as well. So I'll be sure to upload one that is pretty good. So if you do want to do this again as well, you can. Devani says, thank you so much, love. First call with you. Yay, thank you for this. Kenji says, thank you, love. So glad you're here. Claudia says, I feel more safe, embodying my truth, connected to myself. Yay, thank you for this gift, this amazing gift. Pam says, yeah, stayed up for this, had more heightened clarity on many puzzle pieces that have been dropping their candy. Thank you, Beth. I was seeing Vesica Pisces a lot since 2013, and it's like, whoa. Sarah says, yes, I agree. It was powerful, all meant to be. Pam says, yeah, normally high vibes and deep clearing, it glitches. Thanks for being patient and understanding with the internet. The Morea's internet, you know, she's like, I'm just like got other things to do than give you good internet. I got a blast frequency. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. Bless you on this feast day of Mary Magdalene as Venus goes retrograde. Like, you are all so amazing. I'm obsessed with you. Hope to see you in some of our deeper journeys, whether that's Mermaids of the Rose, doors are open now, or whether that's the Lemurian Morea retreat next year. More information will come out in a few months. Or whether you just, you know, want to hang out in the Dolphin Healing Collective every month. These calls are free. Kenji says, I went to the Chalice Gardens recently. That's the name. I was like, the Red Spring well. I like left my mind in Glastonbury. Is the visual on the wall there a type? Yes, it is the Vesica Pisces. It's a little bit like more ornamented. Like I think there's like vines around it or something. But yeah, that's the Vesica Pisces. Claudia says, thank you for the support. Yay. So much love to you. And yeah, I just look forward to swimming with you. Like, let's keep in contact. Let's journey. Like, let's be on Instagram, Dolphin Healing Collective, whatever. Just like come to Mermaids of the Rose. Like, let's hang out because you're amazing. All right. So lots of love. Happy Rose Day. Blessings, blessings, blessings. So much love. Thank you so much for all the love. I know there's like so many more comments coming through. Yeah, how many countries were lighted up? I know, it's so exciting. All right, blessings. Looking forward to connecting with you soon, beautiful angels. And may Mary Magdalene bless you, bless your path, and blessings to all of the other gatherings today, whether solo or in group. We love you. This beautiful rose grid. Much love. Bye, everyone.